Hello dear students and welcome to the last unit in this term. It is called My Future. As usual, we are going to study lessons 1 and 2 starting with the vocabulary. First word we have today is accountant. Accountant is someone who works in a bank. Accountant. Architect. Architect is an engineer who designs houses and buildings. Architect. Businessman. Businessman. A person who works in a business. A person who works in business is businessman. Computer programmer. Computer programmer. A person who writes computer programs. Computer programmer. Photographer. Photographer. A person who takes photographs. Photographer. Engineer. Engineer. Engineer is a person who designs means or works with machines, engines, and buildings. Meeting. A time when people who work together can talk about important things. Meeting. Laboratory. Laboratory. A place where scientists work and do experiments on something. Laboratory. Dentist. Dentist. A person who looks after people's teeth. Dentist. Pilot. A pilot is a person who flies a plane. Marine biologist. Marine biologist. A person who studies the ocean, the plants, and animals in it. Scientist. Scientist. A person who works in a laboratory. Writer. Writer. A person who writes books or articles. Writer. Now let's move to the collocation. Here the word write comes with books or articles. Write books or articles. Design. Design an engine, a building, or a machine. Look after sick people or look after people's teeth. Do voluntary work. Do a test. Do very well. Language note, the difference between advice and advise. Advice with the C letter is a noun. My advice to you is to study hard, to become a marine biologist. Advise with the S is a verb. I advise you to do a lot of voluntary work in a charity. Would like. Would like 2 plus the infinitive equals want to plus the infinitive. I'd like to be an architect. I want to be an architect. Now let's move to the grammar part. The relative pronoun who. We can join 2 sentences about people using the relative pronoun who. A businessman, a businesswoman is a woman. She works in an office. When we use who, we use it as followed. A businesswoman is a woman who works in an office. Question tags. A question tag is a small question at the end of a statement. Question tags are used when asking for agreement or confirmation. When the statement is positive, then the question tag is negative. For example, you are a student, aren't you? Mary isn't a teacher, is she? So when the statement is negative, the question tag is positive. Okay. The intonation of a question tag shows the exact meaning of it. If the intonation of the question tag goes up, it means you are not sure and you want to know the answer. John doesn't speak Spanish. Does he? If the intonation of the question tag goes down, it means you are checking, confirming information, or making conversation. John doesn't speak Spanish, does he? Here the positive question tag as followed. You aren't a teacher, are you? He isn't crazy. Is he? He wasn't relaxed. Was he? They weren't late. Were they? You don't speak French. Do you? You didn't study for the test. Did you? You haven't been here for all week, have you? You hadn't done it before then, had you? You won't fail the exam, will you? And as shown in the picture, we will do the same. Then let's go to the negative question tags. When the sentence is positive, so the question tag is negative. For example, you are a student, aren't you? And is shown in the picture here, and you can study these examples. You can speak 2 languages. Can't you? You must be a patient, mustn't we? We must be patient, mustn't we? You would like a new job, wouldn't you? Here we have some exception. I am late, aren't I? Let's go home, shall we? And here the end of our lesson, and thanks for listening. I hope it was useful, and thank you, Lynn, and meet you next time.